video on something I just want to have a quick faff around with, and I've got the ingredients, so let's just have a go. So I'm going to deep fry something. It's just not quite hot enough just yet, but we can talk through it while we're going through it. So pancake, and I've spread on some of the dried fruit compote that I kind of made. Well, it's not a compote, it's a puree. I did it with fresh grapes as well. It's delicious. I'm just using that because I've got that, so it's kind of like a jam. So we might as well use that instead of using jam. I have got jam in the house, but I just kind of thought, well, if I've got that, I might as well use it as another thing to kind of use. And what I want to do is I want to roll it up. I want to spread the jam on, and then I want to coat it in a so it's like a spiral, so it's like a Swiss roll or roulade, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to put it in a spring roll wrapper and roll it up, and then we're going to deep fry it. Now I was thinking about it, and we just need to put something on the edge of that, so we'll use the batter. So I mean, the question is, why am I not using the spring roll wrapper for rolling it up? Why am I using a pancake wrapper first and then the spring roll, and instead of just a spring roll wrapper, kind of put it on the spring roll wrapper and rolling it up? And it's because I did something with some spring roll wrappers and they disintegrated when they got a little bit kind of wet. So I just kind of thought that's probably not the best idea. So, and the pancake wrapper will not disintegrate. The pancake won't disintegrate when it's kind of cooking. So that we need a bit more now, don't we? You kind of think, well, we should just do this with egg, but I've got the pancake batter and it'll do the same job as egg. I hope, and then roll it up like this. Now these wrappers are just a little bit dry, so we'll see if that actually sticks. So I reckon that's probably hot enough now. Yeah, that's hot enough now. So turn that temperature just down slightly, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, so I was hold it down, and then hopefully it'll seal that edge. Yeah, so I made lasagna with these spring roll wrappers as the layers, because I was doing another dish and I didn't really want to. The original dish was pancakes as layers in this lasagna, and I didn't really want to have to cook loads and loads and loads of pancakes. So I just kind of thought, well, can we use spring roll wrappers instead? I mean, essentially, it's essentially a thin pastry, but they just disintegrated because it was cooked after, like in an hour that the lasagna was cooking. They just disintegrated into lasagna. So I am very aware that kind of spring roll wrappers, if we have them hanging around for a bit too long, they're going to want to disintegrate. So we can't really fill them with things and roll them up and something that's like wet, like a jam. The spring roll wrappers will suck the moisture out of the jam and then just kind of fall to bits, which is not what I wanted. I wanted to basically be able to do a load up and then have them hanging around without the risk of them disintegrating, which you're going to be a pain in the arse, aren't you? And which is basically what the pancake will stop it from doing. I'll just have to hold that there like that. So, but I didn't want something just like a solid mass of jam in the centre of this. I wanted that spiral, just so you don't use as much jam, and then it's not like a jam spring roll. You know, I wanted it to be a little bit different than that. So that's kind of the idea. So we'll do this, and we'll see how it works out, and then we might just do a pancake. Is that gonna? No, it's not. If we do that, it will stay, won't it? But if we do and then we might just do a pancake and dip it in the pancake batter. I thought that as well. While I was swimming, I kind of thought, that might be kind of quite interesting. So we'll do, while that's cooking gently, we'll spread out another one. Oh, that's a bit dry, that one. Let's not use that one, it's a bit dry. So let's use that one, and let's just whip off. No, we shouldn't have even done that, because we'll fold it in. Making a right mess out of this, aren't I? So let's... I'm all over the place. I've been swimming, so I'm a little bit tired. Well, I'm not tired, but I'm ready for not doing anything. It's the end of the day, that's what it is. And generally, after times I've been swimming and I've had something to eat, it signals the end of the day. You know, it's time for watching films and all that kind of stuff. So not too close to the edges. Let's get away with a little bit more. Like that. How's that doing? Yeah, and this oil's getting a bit old, so I'm not bothered if it ruins it. So fold in, and then roll up. And then maybe a little bit of batter on there to seal. Let's flip that one over. I've had enough on that side. So that'll keep that there. And then how are we going to do this? We don't want too much batter on it. That's the thing. How are we going to do it? We've got a plate. Let's use the plate to get the pancakes on. So we kind of want to do that, and then let's just have that off there like that. So the excess will drain off it. Turn that down. That looks like it's almost there, and it's not falling to bits. So we've drained off. The batter probably do to be a bit thicker. So turn it down. It's probably getting a little bit too hot. Let's just let's pull that one out. You can have a little bit of that because we've got more. That just wanted to load, and I should have had some velvet paper ready. Not doing that. That one now like that. Let's just do. Okay. If it had sealed, that would have been okay. So while that's cooking, let's just do another one. So we can use that one that I cut the edge off. So let's just, that really needs to turn down, otherwise it's going to burn. that's not going to heat it up all the way through, that oil, it's been too hot. But you can use it as a tester. So that's just a quick tester there, and then so we're going to do this. Not like that, and then roll up. And then, there we go. These pancakes are just slightly porous, so that's why I'm wanting to put them in some batter, and I just think that's a little bit more interesting, isn't it? So that one there, out of the way. I'm running out of space. I'm cooking something else at the same time. So, where are we? Let's gently put this in on the spoon. So hopefully that edge will seal. Yeah, that's a better idea, isn't it? So we just need to lower them in on a spoon. So we'll carry on cooking that. We'll clear a little bit of space. It's going to make a mess of my spoon. Let's get that out of the way. Let's wipe that. Let's get these out of the way. That's okay, not too fatty. So better with a jam than what I'm actually using, and something that's a little bit sharp, so like a cherry or a raspberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, something like that, something that's got a little bit of acidity to it. Nice and crispy. There we go. That looks alright, doesn't it? So we've got that. So how's this one do? So I just didn't want that solid lump of jam in the centre, because structurally it wouldn't be very secure. Now these ones cook really quickly, don't they? It structurally wouldn't be really kind of quite secure, and it would want to. That's okay, and it would want to. It needs something like pastry does, jam, to hold it together. Whereas these pancakes and these spring roll cases aren't just quite secure enough. So I'll pause, I'll take a picture before I eat into it. So, taking a picture, let's have a taste. These ones first. See, that's because we've used a pancake, that stayed nice and crisp. Whereas those have already started to go soft. So that's another reason to kind of do it. But we'll kind of see. So, that was lovely. That's lovely. It certainly needs. I mean, if you were making them and cooking them straight away, you'd probably get away with a spring roll wrapper, you know. But if you were wanting to make a load and then cook them at a slightly later time, then you probably have to use a pancake on the inside and a crispy spring roll wrapper on the outside. I don't know how long they kind of last. You probably need to wrap them and cook them kind of quite quickly, but you could have them wrapped in the pancake ready already, and then it'd just be a simple case of taking those and wrapping them in the spring roll wrapper, and then kind of deep frying them. So that's delicious. That's already starting to go soft because it hasn't kind of got that barrier. And it's the same principle as you do with like a beef Wellington. It's a mushroom duxelle and mustard wrapped around the beef, and then it's a layer of pancakes, and then it's pastry around it. Because otherwise, what would happen is the pastry wouldn't go crisp it's the pancakes that stop the moisture from the beef and from the mushrooms and the mustard from making the pastry go soft. So you wrap it in pancakes, which is the same principle here, you know. That's nice though. That's nice. That's nicer, but it goes soft. That's delicious. That's delicious. So, that's so good. So, there are your choices. If you're making them and cooking them straight away, just use pancakes. Delicious. If you're going to make them and not cook them straight away, use a pancake and then use what we call it. I suppose you could use a like double bag it. So like use a am I going to do it? Probably not. I suppose you could, but I'm not going to do it because I'm fed up of cooking for the day. So I suppose you could double bag it. So fill the inside thingamajig, roll it up, and then that would work. That would work. But you just have to seal it with a bit of egg, and you'd have to cook it straight away. So if you're going to use those, if you're going to use spring roll wrappers and cook them straight away, that works. If you're going to use pancakes and cook them straight away, and you're going to dip them in the pancake mixture, that's going to work. If they're going to be hanging around for a little bit longer, then you really need a, you can't be using these because they'll disintegrate. You've got to use a pancake and roll them up in the pancake, have those to one side, and then when you're ready to cook them, quickly wrap them in a spring roll wrapper and cook them like that. But that's delicious, is that? That's ridiculous. I mean, it's not good for you, and it'd be nicer with like a jam rather than that kind of compote. But that's what I've got, and that's what we're using. So that's delicious. That's success.